New Year's Eve, drop 2 lesson. I'm going to get right into it. First of all, the drop 2, it has the reason it's called that. If you write out the notes of a chord, they're generally built in thirds for the most part, right? 1, 3, 5, 7. So I take like a C chord, C, E, G, B, right? Like this. If you have those notes, you take the second note from the top, drop 2. You literally take the 2, the second note from the top, and drop it 1 octave, which will bring it down here. And you can play it like that, or the more common way would be playing it like this, or sometimes like this, if you prefer. Getting 2 with your middle finger. So I'm going to go over you got 3 basic chord types in jazz. There's more, I know. Basically, it's major 7, and minor 7. And of course, minor 7, flat 5, but we can just alter the minor 7 to get that. Just like you would a major 7, flat 5, aka sharp 11, or dominant 7, flat 5. So, let's just blast through this. C major, the notes are C, E, G, B. I'm going to go over these drop 2 voicings on the top 4 strings, and the middle 4 strings only. You can figure them out later on the bottom 4. Generally, you'll play them. I mean, they exist. I still use them. Especially, I don't know if I have a melody thing on top. But the top 4 and middle 4 today, all 4 inversions, and I'm going to show you how to make other chords out of them. So let's start on the middle 4. We're going to take this one, and again, middle 4 strings only. We're not using the E's. So we're going to have this shape right here, 3, 5, 4, 5, C, G, B, E, 1, 5, 7, 3. If you take the C scale, take the 1, 5, 7, 3, or any scale and do that, you'll have your major 7 chord. And for the inversions, whatever chord tone we're playing here goes up to the next one. So the 1 becomes the 3, the 5 becomes the 7, etc. The next one's kind of a pain in the ass. Looks like this. 7, 9, 5, 8. 3, 7, 1, 5. Next one. 10, 10, 9, 12. G, C, E, B. That's 5, 1, 3, 7. The last one, don't use it too much. It sounds kind of ugly. That's your third inversion. Now the 7 in the bass. 7, 3, 5, 1. And the frets are 14, 14, 12, 13. So quick recap. Root, first inversion. Second inversion. Third inversion. 1, 5, 7, 3, 3, 7, 1, 5, 5, 1, 3, 7, and 7, 3, 5, 1. Same exact thing, we can do them on the first 4 strings. Because of the tuning, anyone who knows me knows that I tuned in fourths for like 16 years or so. So I didn't have to learn, I'd already learned these, so it was kind of a silly reason to do it. There were other benefits. But I switched to fourth tuning for all those years, just about a year and a half ago, switched back. But anyway, so these chords, so this chord, 1, 5, 7, 3, is going to become this. At the 10th fret, 10, 12, 12, 12. Alright, first inversion, 3, 7, 1, 5. Probably do it down here, it'll be a little easier to wrap your head around. Easier than this shape. That's one big benefit of this tuning. Some chords are easier on one set of strings than the other. This is the first inversion. 3, 7, 1, 5. Second inversion. 5, 5, 5, 7. You can just bar all 4 with those. Put your ring finger or pinky or middle finger if you're crazy. 5, 5, 5, 7, and the chord tones, scale tones are 5, 1, 3, 7, and then you got that third inversion, which is going to be your 7, 3, 5, 1, and the frets are 9, 9, 8, 8. So quick recap of those: root, middle 4 strings, whoops, and I went to the top, obviously. Now really quickly, I'm going to show you how to do the other ones. I told you the scale tones, right? For example, we'll go back to that first one, that C major 7, 1, 5, 7, 3. Well, a dominant 7 chord is the same exact thing. It just has a flat 7. So if we take all of those chords, find the 7, flat it, done. Take that next C major 7. It was 3, 7, 1, 5. Flat that 7. Take that next C major 7, second inversion. That was 5, 1, 3, 7. Flat that 7. And then next we have the third inversion. 7, 3, 5, 1. 7 was on the bottom, we flat it. Alright, so you end up with this. This one still gets me, because fourths it was like this. Like, I don't remember, it was like this. Whatever, it was different. I'm trying not to remember. But, alright, now the top 4 strings, same deal. You got 1, 5, 7, 3 for that root position. Flat that 7, you get this. Next you had this one. 3, 7, 1, 5. Flat that 7, which was with your pinky. Here we had this one. 5, 5, 5, 7. 5, 1, 3, 7. Flat that 7th. I should turn this computer down. It's going to be bebopping and skit-scatting all day. Alright? And lastly, we got that third inversion with the root on top. The one on top, so we got 7, 3, 5, 1. Flat that 7, which is now on the bottom. And that's it. Minor 7, we're going to rip through those. Same thing. Now we're going to start with our dominant 7ths. These little bad boys. Now a minor 7 is the same exact thing as a dominant 7 chord, but it's got a flat 3. So if you want to reference a major 7 chord, it's got a flat 3 and a flat 7. 1 flat 3, 5 flat 7. So we can start that C7. We already flatted the 7. Why have to do two things? We got the 3 on top. We're going to flat it and make it a C minor 7. We got that C7 here. This one, 3, 7, 1, 5. We got the 3 on the bottom. We're going to flat it. This next one, 5, 1, 3, 7. We're going to flat that. 5, 1, 3, flat 7, remember. We're going to flat that 3. Then lastly, we got that third inversion. We got the third right here with the pinky. We got the flat 7, 3, 5, 1. Flat 7, 3, 5, 1. We're going to flat that third. Same thing here. We got that C7. Where's that E? Right here, so we're going to flat that. Then we got that C7 here. The third, the E is here. We're going to flat that. Then we've got C7 here. Third inversion. Yeah, you're getting the E, the third with your middle finger. Flat that. Alright, and then the root position. Here's your C7. You got your third on top with your pinky, the E. You got 1, 5, flat 7, 3. We're going to flat that 3. And this is a tricky fingering if you haven't done it before. You can either do it like this, use all your fingers, or get 2 with your middle finger there. And then the last one, which is very important in jazz, would be a minor 7 flat 5. Now I would recommend learning these like as a standalone chord, despite being a minor 7 flat 5, or some people call it half diminished. The symbol is a circle with a line through it, like a diminished symbol with a line through it, or it could say small m 7 flat 5, it could be dash 7 flat 5. Do the same thing we just did. You take all your minor 7 chords. Now you're going to flat the 5 of those minor 7 chords. So you have your C minor 7 here. Your 5 is there on the 4th string, 5th fret. The G, you're going to flat it. Alright, next we have C minor 7 first inversion. So you got 3, 7, 1, 5. Alright, so you're going to flat that G again. Next you got your second inversion. That's C minor 7. You got your G on the bottom, that's the 5th, right? 5, 1, 3, 7. You're going to flat that G. You got this C minor 7, right? Third inversion with the root on top, the C on top. You got your G right here, 3rd string, 12th fret. That's your 5th. You're gonna flat that. And by the way, your minor 7 flat 5 is a minor 6 chord. Same thing. A B minor 7 flat 5 is the same as a D minor 6. All right. C minor 7 flat 5 is the same as an E minor 6. The same exact chords. Same notes. Alright, now the top 4 strings. C minor 7. Gotta flat that G. G's on top in this case. Next, you got that G on the bottom, just flat it. This one. So you got your C minor 7 right there. You got your 5th on the 2nd string, your G. You can flat that. Then your root position. Got your G right here on the 3rd string, 12th fret. You can flat that. And that's all of them. Rocky start today. Drop 3s. What is a drop 3? A drop 3 is a closed voicing, C, E, G, B, for example. You drop the 3rd note from the top 1 octave. It's like the drop 2s, but you drop the 3rd note. Did I just do that wrong? To thinking about them, I'm just used to playing them. Easy way to come up with these is as follows. You take the drop 2s we just did in the last installment. Let's take the C major 7s. Start at the root on the top 3 strings, and you're just going to take the top note on the 1st string and drop it to the 6th string. So this becomes this. The 1st inversion, this becomes this. You take that G, drop it to that G. Take that B on top. top. We're in the second inversion now. Easy. Then you take that third inversion with the C on top and drop that to the bottom. So you end up with these. Oops. How much easier can it get? Now, how do you use these things? Now remember, so you've got major 7, 7, minor 7, and minor 7 flat 5. You're going to have to do the same thing you did with all the other chords. You're not going to need me to do this for you. Like I said before, not everything has to be easy. I don't have to spoon feed everything. Sometimes a little bit of work will help you remember it and help you understand things better. You take those C major 7s I just did, you flat the 7 for the dominant 7. I'll do one for you. You're going to flat the 7, so you're going to take that. Let's take the root position. This was the first one we ended up with, right? Well, no, it was the last one, but we'll start it first since it ends up being the root position. Where's the 7? We got the 1, 7, 3, 5. Going to flat that 7. I figure it like that. Some people might do this. Seems like a lot of work when you can just do this. Next one, gonna flat that 7. 7's that B on top in this case. So you're gonna do this. Whoops, jeez. I'm telling you, gotta get warmed up. Next one is this. There's my 7th with the pinky. And then the last one. From this one. Where the heck's our 7th? Right there, this might be. Flat it. Then I have my C7. You can do this with your minor 7s, your minor 7 flat 5s, and then you have a whole world of chords at your fingertips. And it really helps, especially when you're doing walking bass lines, chord melodies, comping, you know. I know there's a time and a place for it, but I don't really like that kind of... That, you know, if you're playing with a pianist in a big band or something like that, you're kind of limited to the amount of space you have. Or, hell, not even a big band, a regular band. You know, hopefully you're not playing the same time as the pianist anyway. In most cases. But yeah, those chords are super important. And then what you'll do is you'll take your jazz standards and you can start working things out. I'll get more into chord melody and stuff like that later. But you know, any one of these chords, let's take the first one we did, right? I think back in the drop 2 lesson it was the C major 7, if I'm not mistaken. Root position on the middle 4 strings. Right? We said 1, 5, 7, 3. So if you have a melody, like you just want to look around the chord and see what notes you have to work with. You can see the whole scale here pretty much. Whoops, you got those. And of course you have the whole scale if you play that scale, but it's kind of keeping the chord. Because of this. And you want to look at the other inversions around that area too. In other words, you've got your drop 3, you've got your drop 3 here, drop 3 here, drop 2 here, 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 and here. You've got a bunch of different things to do, and you can change the voicings of these chords just by moving a finger to like a C major 7. I can get rid of the 3, make it a C major 9. I can add the 5 up here, I can add the 6. have to experiment. There's no, you know, from a teaching perspective, there's only so many assignments I can give, or any teacher can give. You know, like most of the work is done by you, learning songs and screwing around with the chords. You know, and again, I'll get more in depth with this stuff, but like chord melody, walking bass lines, it's all kind of just connecting chords. You can do it just with the inversions. If I take like that C major 7, let's do a minor 7, C minor 7. If I go, all I did is connect each inversion with the note in between. And when there wasn't a note in between, you know, between the 7 and the 1, I just did a chromatic thing. And if you mix up the chord on top, that wasn't so good, but you can get kind of a feeling like there's two things going on, as opposed to something like this. I'm still kind of mixing. I'm trying to do the same thing, but I freaking can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. So, quick recap before we get into the chord melody stuff and the dirty walking bass lines and all that. You've got your drop 2s, major, dominant, minor 7 flat 5. Then you got your drop 3s, where you take whatever chords you got on the top 4 strings, drop 2s. If it's a minor 7, like A minor 7. That top note, drop it down to the 6th string. Million ways to finger these. That's a tough one. I don't use that one much. And it's this one. Drop that pinky down, and you're good to go. And remember, these will help your soloing as well. Like if I'm playing over a friggin' A minor thing. Wherever I'm playing, I'm not saying I'm thinking about the chords every second, but I that's my reference. So if I play, like I did something like this, I see these chords. You know, whatever I'm playing over, I see, or at least I'm conscious or even unconsciously, subconsciously aware of the chord where I'm at. And you know, you look like the Django stuff back in the day. The earlier on you go, the jazz stuff is crazy outline in the chord. It's awesome. Charlie Parker stuff, even when it sounds a little wacky, you can pinpoint where the chord notes are and how he's weaving in and around them. So yeah, work those drop 3s. We'll get into some more stuff soon. Maybe today. My house is under construction. We're relocating some water lines. It's an absolute debacle. So I don't know what time they're coming. If they're coming. If they don't come, I'll be doing this shit all day.